everyone, today's video is a response to requests that we received from you guys. Well, I mean, not all of you, but those of you who have been asking us to do a review on the washer-dryer combo that we installed. It's been almost 2 years since we put it in, and I remember that day like it was yesterday. But we also just passed our 1-year anniversary of living full-time on the road. So how often did we use it?
Every couple of days.
I think that we can actually give you an honest review on it, right?
I think so.
Now, instead of waiting until the end of the video like most people do, I'm going to let you know right now. Go ahead.
I love it. I would install it myself, including putting that hole through the wall, if I could.
Only because you saw me do it and saw how easy I made it look. The hard part and the stressful part is over.
During this pandemic, the laundromats in some of the campgrounds have been closed, or they limit how many people can be in there.
Let's face it, the only time Cheryl and I even go into the campground laundromats is when we do our campground review, so we can show you guys how many washers they have, how many dryers they have, and what the area looks like.
Well, except for the occasional quilt that we have to wash.
It's hardly ever. So, we're actually saving money using the Splendid.
Yes.
Splendid. I can never say that name
Splendid.
correctly. All right, let's move on to questions that we have been receiving about the Splendid. Like, how long do the cycles take?
Well, the wash cycle takes about 30 to 96 minutes.
Depending which one you're on.
And the dry cycle takes about 60 to 80 minutes.
Now keep in mind, with the dry cycle, it's a smaller drum than you have at home, and it's running on 115 volts, where your dryer's more than likely running on 230 volts.
Now, I generally use cycle 2 and cycle 3, and that generally takes, including the dry cycle, 2 to 2.5 hours.
The other question that we get a lot is, how much water does it use? If I'm boondocking, can I use the washer-dryer combo? Yes, you can. But, just so you know, it's going to take 7 to 18 gallons of precious fresh water, remember you're boondocking, and turning it into 7 to 18 gallons of useless gray water. Now, as far as Maggie goes, Maggie has a very, very small gray tank. If you saw our 4-year review on it, the black tank is bigger. Makes no sense to us. We won't do it that way anytime that we boondock.
Nope.
One of the other nice things about having a washer-dryer combo is once the washer's done, you don't got to pull it out of the washer and put it into the dryer. So what that allows us to do is if we're going out somewhere on an adventure, Cheryl will actually start a load of wash as we're leaving, and then when we come home, she just pulls it out, folds it, and puts it away. I've never seen a wrinkle.
There's 3 reasons why you get wrinkles in the wash. One is if you overload the wash. You should only fill it up half to 3/4 full so the dry cycle can work properly. The other is if it sits too long after drying. So what I do is I turn down the dry cycle when we're out. That way there's still a little damp when we get home, and I just turn it on 20 minutes, fold, and I'm done. The other thing is those materials that are prone to wrinkling, you may want to pull them out of the dryer before they completely dry. Shake them out, hang them up, and they should be fine.
So the myth that there'll never be a wrinkle is not true. You heard it here first. All right, before we go down there, because we're going to show you a couple of things about the Splendid that you probably don't know as far as maintenance and cleaning of them. Just want to say that I believe it was I think it was around 2000, that Splendid, I can never say the name right, changed the drum. There was no longer a lint screen. Pretty cool, huh? Yes, we just got an email. But I started researching that because I was just curious how it worked. I mean, it is a self-cleaning pump that automatically removes the lint. But while I was researching, started coming across people who were complaining that the dryer took way too long to dry, or it wasn't drying it at all. So I started looking into that. And what it comes down to is sometimes you can get a clog or a buildup of lint stuck, and it's going to alter the way that the drying process works or not make it work at all. What do? Well, there's a cleaning process for it, and it actually comes from the company.
And because we have Miss Brandy with us and she sheds, I run this process once a month just to make sure we don't run into that problem.
We're going to show you how it's done, because if you look in your manual, you're not going to find it. They don't put it in the manual. I don't know why. You would think they would. But, all right, let's go down to the wash and dry.
So we took the doors off because, as you know, we're working in the birth canal here. I'm going to show you a couple of places that need to be cleaned that aren't called out in the manual. So let's get to it. Now, the first place that needs to be cleaned is, of course, this area, because it gets built up with the softener here. But underneath here is the secret spot where the powdered detergent gets built up. So we're going to clean that out. So this here, I just wipe it out with a wet paper towel. Try to pick up all the
Soap scum.
soap stuff. Yeah. Oh, there's some in the back. Yeah, all nice and clean. Now this here, we're just going to rinse it out with warm water. This pops off. That rubs off pretty easy. Then just put it back together. Dry it off, put it back in the slot. Now another spot that I keep clean, especially with brandy, is right here. We'll take a picture of that. And back here, that's where the lint gets sucked down into, and it leaves it behind. So I try to keep it clean. This area here, I kind of wipe off the rubber, and then I'm going to go in and scoop out all that lint.
We could build another brandy.
Some of it's from clothes. I just kind of wipe it up as much as I can. Running that cleaning cycle is going to get a lot of it out. Now that we're all cleaned out, put it back together. Make sure it's closed and pull out my trusty little instructions on how to run the clean cycle. So we're going to put it on 11 and the dryer off and turn it on. Click start. Now once the water stops running, we're going to hold the start button and change it to cycle 2. We'll show you that in a moment. Now that the water has stopped filling, you can see how high up it is. You're going to press and hold the start button until all the lights flash. And then you're going to put it on 2 and press start again. It's going to fill it up even more. And as you can see, the water is filling up past that line where the lint was. So it's going to pick up all that lint and suck it out through the water drain. Now we wait. So now we're going to run it one more time by repeating those steps. So the second cleaning cycle is done. So now we're going to wipe it out one more time. Clean off the glass. It's not too much stuff. And clean out this. And that's pretty clean.
It did its job.
Yep. And the last thing we're going to do, we only do it once or twice a year, and that's to clean out the pump pre-chamber, which is behind this panel.
Yeah, the reason for the pre-chamber is if you were doing laundry and don't clean out the pockets from coins and stuff like that, or your buttons that will fall off, they will end up here in the pre-chamber. It's there to protect the pump.
So we're going to pull off.
Yeah, just pull off the front panel just by sticking a flathead screwdriver into the 2 slots. Pulling down, pulling out.
Comes right off.
And right there, as I zoom in, is where the pre-chamber is. She's going to unscrew that out. Now, the manual will say that when you do this, a small trickle of water could come out. Yeah, that would be nice. See how she's preparing a heavy towel?
Yeah, the first time water went everywhere, so this time we're going to capture the water with an absorbent towel.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it slowly. And
We tried taping the bag to it once too, and that didn't work either.
yeah,
Alright.
there wasn't enough room. So this is what I pulled out.
Alright, let's show you what it looks like on the inside.
And that back there is the propeller for the pump. So we're going to wipe it all up, make sure we get any grime out, and close it back up. Now we're just going to put it back in.
And again, remember, she does this once a year, not like she does the cleaning, which is once a month.
I have never found anything in it, to be quite honest.
Coming to you live from the birth canal.
Now all that's left is to put the door back on, and that was only for video purposes. But if you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up.
If you want to become part of the Grow and Get Gone with Us gang, right down there in the corner, just click it and you're in.
If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below, or you could just say hi.
Because we'll say hi back. We always do. Till our next video, I'm Chuck.
And I'm Cheryl.
We're Get Gone with Us.
Bye.